Hi everyone, this is Amy Posniak, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about some of the options we have for the Photoshop software. I'm really excited to give you some access to the software that will be run through the college and some other opportunities for you to get the Photoshop or InDesign software. So excited. This is my favorite class to teach. It's creative, it changes. I'm always blown away by what you students do. So let me tell you a little bit about the options that we have for software. Now, with that being said, you can see here that I am using the browser Google Chrome, and that is usually my browser of choice right now. That's what Blackboard is running on. Internet Explorer is not working so well. But when it comes to our remote server, which is where you'll have free access to the software, you will need to use Internet Explorer. And with that being said, you will need to go to this website. It's called the R&D Web Access. And I will have this up there for you, but this is what will be your access point. With that being said, I just went here in Internet Explorer, and I'm running Internet Explorer 11, and I just placed a bookmark on my bookmark toolbar. So you just hit the little star and you add it to your favorites bar, and away you go. Okay, so with that being said, what you'll want to click on next is this Adobe application, and you have to authenticate in so you can get to a remote server. Now, the one warning of choice, this is the second semester we've tried this. This is a little bit different. If you are not allowed to get in there, if it's running slow, or if it tells you the server is full, you need to let me know so that we can make some changes to that and I can work with our IT folks. So you click this, and what you will do now is remotely go into it, and you have to type in WITC lowercase / your student ID, and then you come to the password and put in your universal password. Now, if you've changed your password, it should be that one, but you can always go to the standard password, which is the 2 lowercase of your first name, 2 lowercase of your last name, and the last 4 of your social. Praying that this works. Okay, and you'll see here that now it pops up to this. The first time that I did do this, it was a download, and I had to open up the download to get to here. Now, what this is doing is it is replicating the remote desktop. So I get a little confused. You'll see here that this looks just like mine. I'm in my OneDrive, but I'm also in a different area. It's like a whole nother computer because it's remote. To get to the Photoshop and InDesign software, you come down here to the Start or Windows button, and they will be housed here on these tiles. I did open up Photoshop, and that is ready to go here for you. Okay, and what I need to tell you here is that our tech people have given you all 5 gigabytes of storage here on this remote desktop. You will need to save them somewhere else, like on a flash drive or a OneDrive, or wherever you're going to save them to then upload them to Blackboard. Now I'm going to pause this and put my flash drive in just to show you something. Hold on. Okay, so this is Photoshop, and I'll do another little video on Photoshop on how to navigate it, but these are some of your panels and palettes. This is your file area, and these are all your tools. Now, I like to run this in 2 bars. I also like to make my screen bigger, okay? And every time you touch a tool, this toolbar underneath changes. So one thing, if you love Microsoft Word and Excel, you start to memorize everything. In Photoshop, it is darn near impossible because everywhere you go, you can click in and get more options. It is not possible to memorize it all. Okay, so you will get a start file. And again, I'm going to now minimize the remote server. And now this is my desktop. Okay. And with that being said, I'm going to come back into Blackboard, which is here, and I'm going to go into course assignments. And I put the student data files here for you. You can open these student data files, get to them, and save your files. Okay, So I'm going to, here's this first one, okay, and I'm just going to save this to my desktop. Actually, I'm going to save it down to my flash drive. Okay. That has been saved, and it's copying. I'm going to come back into my remote desktop, which is this little icon, and eventually I can now open, I'm hoping, a file from this computer. Now again, this is the part that I get really confused on. This is my remote desktop. So to get to that flash drive, I have to go to this PC, and I know that it's the D drive. Here it is, and here's the chapter 1. Okay, I'm going to open up that file. This is going to take some time. You will work on this file, and then you can come up here and you can save it. Okay, so that is one way that you can get to the software, and that is for free. So I'm really excited about that. Now, I did send out some other information for you, and I'm going to show you those options as well. This was the book list that I sent out to you. Okay, and I'm now going to put that remote server here, and I'll also put that up in Blackboard for you. But again, these were the 3 options for you. Some people might want to own this, and to do that, you can go to the Whisk software site off the book list, and you can come in here, and you can come and select your school, which is Indian Head. And I think I just lost, there we go. And from here, you can come in and you can see that you can purchase it for the Creative Crowd for a Mac or a PC for $214. And that's a 12-month subscription, and away you go. Okay. If you're just taking Photoshop, you could do Photoshop and Lightroom, and that is $117. You can also go to the Adobe Creative Cloud and go to the students and teachers, and there's 2 plans here as well. You have to be on an annual subscription, so this means you can't pay monthly even though they charge you monthly. But that's how that works. So it would be $20 per month, and you would have access to the Creative Cloud for $20 a month. Now, if you're just in Photoshop, not desktop publishing, you just would need this one. But if you're taking desktop publishing, or you're planning to go on for the business graphic certificate, you're going to need InDesign and Illustrator as well. So you will need the whole Creative Cloud suite there. I hope this helps. I'm really excited about the remote server access. When you are done, you close out here and you log out. So again, I hope this video is helpful. If you need to have additional questions answered, please feel free to contact me. And what's marvelous is that we are able to do a collaborate session here in Blackboard. I want to show you this. You would go to Course Tools, and you would come here to Collaborate, and you could join a session, and we can share our screens and we can get everything going if you're having issues, so we could troubleshoot as well. All right, have a great day. Welcome to Photoshop. I'm looking really forward to this class. Thanks.